Hello YouTube, Buddha Gem here, and I would like to address some comments I've gotten about PETA from a fellow YouTube user, Raul. Raul Talbot 7, I think is his name. There's been various comments. The thread of it, or the gist of it, is basically that PETA, the members of PETA are a bunch of hypocrites, and they should spend more of their budget saving animals. PETA does euthanize animals, and he gives an example. I think it was like 3,500 animals were euthanized, and in one comment he contrasted with the $500,000 that PETA spent on a billboard in New York City with Pamela Anderson. I'm not going to go in. Sometimes I go in. I get the feeling that Raul loves animals, and I love that. It's awesome. The criticisms, however, seem misdirected. First off, in the realm of non-profit organizations, finances are always a factor. Even for a relatively successful group like PETA, with a budget in the realm of $30 million, money doesn't grow on trees. And so it's always important for a group, especially non-profit, to focus their energy and their efforts in what they think will be the most successful successful way. Also, I think in general with PETA, or in particular with PETA, you want to get to the root of the problem, right? So if we're dealing with animal suffering, part of that is education, and PETA spends about $7 million of their budget on education and outreach. It's a huge chunk of money. And if you go to their website, you can find a lot of this information. Just, here you go. You want to learn to become a vegetarian, they'll send you a vegetarian starter kit. You want to learn about the horrors of factory farming, here you go. Here's a video. Boom, boom, boom. All kinds of information. A lot of great information there at PETA. So if you're on the border, you can kind of like, but you love meat, and go check out some of those videos. A lot of good stuff. About $7 million. Now, Raul in one video says they only spend about 1% of their budget on animal rescue. I don't know exactly where he got the figure, and I don't want to really argue the figures. His problem, or the gist of his outrage is that they don't spend enough. According to their website, they spend roughly the equivalent, about $7 million, on research, rescue, and leaving out something. But the point is, they do spend a considerable amount, and you can go on their webpage. They have a great list of their major accomplishments. PETA has done a tremendous work in alleviating the suffering of animals. But we come back to the problem of they do euthanize. People, oh my gosh, they're killing puppies and kitties. The fact is, folks, far too many dogs and cats in this country being bred by, one, irresponsible owners who do not spay and neuter their animals. Unfortunately, this leads to a lot of unwanted cats and dogs out there. Two, we have the problem of these puppy breeders, these puppy mills, where these people just breed and breed and breed, and this is what you see when you go to the pet store. These are the results of puppy farms. They turn these female dogs into puppy machines. Their puppies are snatched from them at an early age. They're shipped off. They usually have all kinds of medical problems. And unfortunately, even if we wanted to, there are not enough people to take care of all these animals. That's a fact. And you got to remember, when we're discussing this, it's not a matter of just providing food, water, and shelter for these animals. These animals deserve and need human affection. They need exercise. You have to provide that kind of environment. Anybody who has a dog knows you can't just, feed and water the dog and never spend any time with it. It will go crazy. They're companion animals. They need interaction with people. Okay, so one, it's not just a matter of food, clothing, and shelter, just like it's not for people. You can't just food, clothe, and shelter a baby. You know, a baby needs human interaction. A child, even an adult. You know, you can make a human go crazy by putting them in solitary confinement. Think about that. Because humans, dogs, social animals, okay? So you have to think of that. And also consider that if we want to really alleviate the suffering of animals, we have to get down to the root, right? So one way PETA does that is educating people like us. You know, don't go buy your dog at the pet store. Go to the pound. Go get the mutt dog. You know, because if you don't know this, the mutt dog is going to be healthier than your purebred dog. Now, many of you probably seen my little Taco Bell Chihuahua dog. His name is Taco Bell. He's, you know, I rescued him. He was run over by a car. He's a rescue. I didn't go out, you know, I had to have a Chihuahua. So you educate people, because what does that do? You know, we can't save every puppy that comes out of the puppy mill. These people don't care about the dogs, but they do care about making a dollar. And so when enough of us quit going to that pet store to get our dog, what's going to happen to the puppy mills? They're not going to just keep producing puppies. No, they're going to go out of business. They're going to find something else to do. So, PETA spends a lot of money on educating, okay? Now, it could spend that $7 million in just, you know, food and water and shelter for animals, but it wouldn't address the real problem. So we have to educate people, you know? That's what PETA does. PETA also, you know, PETA does a lot of different things. It can't do everything. I don't know, you know, and if you disagree, get involved, start your own group, join a group, and start rescuing these animals, you know, and doing what you can to find homes for them. I'll support you 100%, you know, and I'm sure PETA would too. PETA can only do what PETA can do, you know. PETA can't do every single thing. PETA cannot rescue every single dog and cat in this country. Can't. Not possible. Neither can the Humane Society. Humane Society euthanizes animals. These are just facts of life. If you look at the numbers of dogs and cats that are bred in this country versus even the human population, you could tell that it just doesn't work. The math doesn't work. Not enough people. So PETA has probably done more to alleviate the suffering of animals than just about any group out there. They're at the forefront there. Laboratory animals, fur. They've had wonderful campaigns. I mean, a lot of people don't wear fur anymore because of PETA. You know, they've had an impact. You know, a lot of people, I don't want fur. You know, a lot of people went vegetarian. You know, you got to think of these things. That has an impact. You know, that education has an impact. Are they perfect? No, they're humans just like us. But I would argue that PETA's trying, and to get back, their president, this is a group with a budget of $30 million. Their president makes a paltry $35,000, $36,000 a year. It's unheard of. Non-profit organizations nowadays, look it up. Many of these presidents of non-profits are making six figures. There's one right here in Long Island that's making, I just read, this lady's making $600,000 and almost $700,000 a year for a non-profit. PETA is very well managed. You can check out the all this stuff on the PETA website. There's videos, there's just a ton. Go check it out if you're not familiar with it. I'm not asking you to swallow everything PETA says hook, line, and sinker. But I am asking you to be a little, don't be so quick to criticize a group that, in my opinion, has done a lot to alleviate the suffering of animals. I hope you'll check out their website, PETA.org, that's PETA.org. That's People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals.